Now that we've learned how to use mail merge by completing the step-by-step wizard, let's talk about how to use mail merge just using the individual fields and the mailings ribbon. If you've not done so already, make sure you click on the Mailings tab to display the Mailings ribbon. At a glance, you'll notice that these commands are not available for us to click on. That's because in order to make use of these commands, we have to first connect this letter to a recipient list. Recall that we used an Excel file to create our recipient list. So what we're going to do now is select our recipients. In the Start Mail Merge command group, you'll see Select Recipients command. Click on this. And you have three choices. Type a new list, which means we'll type it directly into Word. Use an existing list, such as our Excel file, or choose from your Outlook contacts. If you have Outlook installed and set up on your computer, you can actually use this directly for mail merge. For now, we are going to use our Excel list, so I'm going to click on Use an Existing List. Your Select Data Source pop-up box will appear, and we're just going to scroll up. I have mine saved on my desktop. Yours may be saved elsewhere. Here's my mail merge folder. Here's my mail merge list Excel file. Again, you can get a copy of this from the Moodle site. I'm going to click on my file and click Open. It's going to ask me where the data is located. It's on my first sheet. And again, my first row of data contains column headers. This is true, so I leave it checked. Remember, in row 1 of our Excel file, we have the label names such as title, first name, last name. Alright, I'm going to click OK. Now that I've connected my list, notice that I now have access to these commands. So how do we use them? Well, we're going to select areas on our letter to insert the mail merge elements. So here I have a text that says insert address, and it's in red. This is an indicator for me to let me know that I need to insert address here in this location. I can go ahead and delete this for now. And instead, I see the Write and Insert fields. Notice that we have the address block. So if I click on address block, it brings up the Insert Address Block pop-up box. Right now we see Mr. Bob Smith and the city, state, and zip code. I can change how this appears by clicking on the list over on the left. Notice that I am missing the street. Anytime you use mail merge and you are noticing problems or missing fields, you can see the Correct Problems area and the Match Fields button. What we need to do is tell mail merge which fields from our Excel list match the fields that mail merge recognize. So I'm going to click Match Fields. Required for address block, these are field names that mail merge recognizes. In these drop-down lists, we have the field names that I created in the Excel spreadsheet. So it did notice that first name goes with first name, last name goes with last name, city with city, and so forth, so on. However, we see address 1 is not matched. If I click on my drop-down box, I can choose any of these fields to match it. I know that address 1 matches my street field, so I will select street. If you use this recipient list frequently, you can actually tell it to remember this matching setting, so that anytime you use this recipient list with mail merge, it will automatically make that match for you and you won't have to go in and correct any problems. I'm going to ignore this right now and just click OK. Notice in my preview area, I now see the name of my recipient, their street, and the rest of their address. So this is correct. I'm going to click OK. Here we see address block with those little partial triangles. This lets me know that there is a mail merged field inserted in that area. Again, I see insert greeting line. This is for me so that I remember to insert a greeting line here. I'm going to delete this line by hitting delete on my keyboard. And I'm going to go up to the right and insert fields, command box, command group, and choose the greeting line command. Next, I get the insert greeting line pop-up. I can determine if I want it to say dear, to, or have no salutation, how I want the name to appear, or if I want to use a comma or colon or use neither. I'm going to use a colon. If there is an invalid recipient name, so if a name is missing, you can either have it say to whom it may concern or dear Sir Medat. I'm going to choose to whom it may concern. And again, you can preview what these greeting lines will look like by clicking on the arrows. If you've noticed any issues with this greeting line, you can click the Match Fields button to match any problem fields. I'm going to click OK. And again, I see greeting line with the mail merge indicators that this is an inserted field. I'm going to hit enter to add a space in between those two. Down here I see title, last name, and order number. If you want to insert individual fields and not a block of fields, such as the greeting line or address block, you can do that as well. Under the Write and Insert Fields command group, you see the Insert Merge field. This lets you choose an individual field. So where I have title, I'll delete that, and I will insert title. This is a list taken from my Excel spreadsheet. These are the names that I gave my fields. And again, last name, delete that, and I will insert a last name. Finally, order number, I'll delete that. Go to Insert Merge Field and choose order number. I'm going to take off the formatting, turn this back to black, so if I highlight my text, Word will either give me that pop-up or you can return to your home ribbon to change it back. And here we have our mail merge letter with our inserted fields. If I return to my mailings ribbon, I can actually preview my results. If you click on the preview results command, you can see what each individual letter will look like with the fields inserted. This lets you catch any errors. After you checked for errors, you can finish and merge your list. So notice that you are working from the left to the right on your ribbon. First you select your recipients, then you insert your fields, preview your results, finish and merge. I'm going to click finish and merge. You have three choices. You can edit individual documents, print your documents at once, or send email messages. If you have Outlook installed on your computer, you can actually click on this command excuse me, and have it sent to your recipients. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to choose Edit Individual Documents. If you choose Edit Individual Documents, choose all your records. It will create a second file for you to preview all of your letters at once. So if I scroll down in this document, I will see all of my letters. This gives me a chance to personalize the letters if I need to, or just review them one final time for errors before I send them to the printer. And that's how you use mail merge. Again, the mailings ribbon. You're going to select your recipients, insert your fields, finish the merge.